All right, here we go. We're back here again. Another video. Yeah, so back on here, getting back into touching upon the horror movie aesthetic. You know, sometimes I've done a bunch of horror movie stuff. I mean, this is mostly metal shit on here, but I've done horror movie stuff, and I was what brought me to even think about this is all the infamous satanic movies, you know, The Exorcist and all that kind of crap, the Omen stuff, you know, classic ones like that. But there's one that I think kind of gets overlooked, and it's kind of a more modern-ish movie. It's a Hollywood movie too, and normally all that Hollywood shit sucks, but I think it needs to be brought up. And how this even got started is the other day I was looking for a movie to watch, and I remember they had that Exorcist, the prequel, about Father Merrin when it's a prequel, and I had never watched it. I thought, you know what, let's go check it out. You know, it's supposed to be the origin story of when Father Merrin, his first encounter with Pazuzu. I watched it. It's crap. I wasted the fucking hour and a half or however long it was. I shouldn't even watch the shit. I was thinking, you know what, I should have watched The Exorcist III. That's would have been better. So I said, yeah, let's go back and watch Exorcist 3, because I always watch that pretty regularly. It's a really damn good movie if anybody's ever seen it, and I really feel that it does feel more connected to the original Exorcist compared to all these other bullshit spin-offs, and even the Exorcist Part 2, the Heretic. That's some weird shit. I remember when I first saw that movie as a kid when they had the network television debut of it, so this was, I don't know what fucking year it was. As a little kid, and I was scared of it then, and I kept watching. Like, this is not as scary as the other one. These fucking locusts and Reagan swinging his belt around, and then even at the end, they try to go back to the Georgetown apartment. It's just fucked up movie. A missed opportunity, but Exorcist 3 does have that creepy element, and again, it's based in Georgetown. And George C. Scott's performance on there is fucking great, man. He's just a very unhinged kind of person. And also his friendship with Father Dyer, who Ed Flanders plays, is a longtime TV actor, done a bunch of shit, and he fucking killed himself. I don't know why, he shot himself in the head. But anyway, some of my favorite parts of the movie is just their interactions between each other, just the dry humor of kind of shit-talking each other. It's good acting. It's an entertaining part of the film, but then of course he gets killed, and the Gemini killer, blah blah blah. If you've seen the movie, I'm not going to go into the plot of Exorcist 3, but it also has Jason Miller, who was Father Karras from the actual original Exorcist, and also Brad Dourif on there. You know him; he's played in all kinds of fucked up movies, and he's Chucky on the original Child's Play. But it's a really, really good cast, and a great movie that really has that really foreboding, just darkness over it. So if you haven't seen Exorcist Part 3, go watch it. It's one of the best movies. I mean, I wouldn't say it's better than the original Exorcist, but it's pretty damn good. And so my point of getting onto this is about, you know, all these satanic movies. A lot of them don't really grasp that eerie feeling to it. But there's one movie that I feel that does. It's called Deliver Us from Evil. It's from 2014. Normally, I see stuff like this coming out, I'm like, typical garbage. I didn't even care. I remember when it came out, I didn't see it. I didn't care to watch it because I figured it's more Hollywood bullshit. But then one day I was over at somebody's house, and it came on TV, on cable. I was watching it. I was like, wow, this is actually pretty fucking good, man. It has a very dark overall theme to it, and it did bring back some of the creepy feelings I had from watching the original Exorcist. I mean, of course, I wasn't scared. I wasn't scared or nothing, but it was just it brought that vibe onto me. And if you haven't seen that movie, it's Deliver Us from Evil 2014. I think you should go take a look at it. And it's kind of based loosely on a true story. Based in the Bronx, New York. Actually, I got the Bronx Ripper shirt. Maybe this fucking movie is based on you, Bronx Ripper, you fucking crazy psycho. But it's based on a book by Ralph Sarchie, who was a cop in the Bronx, and talking about his encounters with the occult and shit like that. And I watched a documentary about Ralph Sarchie too. It's pretty interesting, you know. So obviously this movie goes beyond that and takes the Hollywood horror elements to it. And there's this killer going around, the occult killer, who looks creepy as fuck. That character, I think they nail it pretty well on that. And it's a combination of a unhinged cop movie, you know, with the occult. The stars on it's got Eric Bana. You know him. He played on one of the older Hulk movies, and he was also in the movie Chopper, which is a good movie. You've seen that. Some other shit, and I think he plays it really well. I had read that originally fucking Marky fucking Mark was supposed to play this part originally, but I think Eric Bana was the best choice from this. And Edgar Ramirez is on there too. He's a Spanish priest, which his part is really good too. You know, it's also cool, you know, besides just the satanic element and investigation, it's also interesting about the human element for the cop Ralph Sarchie. Basically, out at home, he's tormented in his mind because he's seen so much fucked up shit, so much dark and horrifying shit in his life. It's starting to affect him mentally. So it kind of goes hand in hand with this case too, and he just gets obsessed with it. And then later on, you know, I mentioned Edgar Ramirez is on here as a priest. He's kind of an unconventional priest, and he's kind of struggling with his own beliefs as well. So it's a cool team up, whatever fuck you want to call. But I have to say, one of my favorite characters on there is played by Joel McHale, which normally he's known as in comedies. Really is. He's fucking comedies, but here he plays as a cocky, smart-ass cop, always looking for fucking fights and shit. And that was my favorite character on there. I could totally relate with that motherfucker. But what was so impressive about it is he played the part genuinely. It seemed believable to me. And if you're used to him, he's normally the fucking goofy guy playing comedies and dry humor and stuff. On here, he's a cocky, smart-ass cop pulling his fucking knife, ready to fight people. It was pretty believable, and that was my favorite character in the movie. Unfortunately, he doesn't make it through the whole movie. But so it starts off in Iraq, 2010. Some Marines are having a firefight, and there's an encounter at night with some nocturnal creatures. It's just a cool setup, and then fast forward goes to Bronx, New York, and talking about it goes right into Ralph Sarchie's character, which is played by Eric Bana, doing their detective work, trying to find out who this killer is, and there's murders and stuff. And again, I don't want to sit here and do, like, this is not a review, like, okay, tell you exactly what it was about. I'm suggesting you go take a look at this movie, because it's pretty fucking good. And I remember back then when I saw it on cable at somebody's house, I watched it. I said, you know what, I need to buy that DVD. And I bought it, and I kind of just, I don't want to say I forgot about it. I just got it on the DVD shelf and haven't watched it in a while. So I need to go back and actually I'm going to go rewatch it again. And because that Exorcist Part 3 is what made me think about rewatching this, because I feel like it's a modern movie that it does capture that creepy, eerie, dark, satanic feel, which I think a lot of this shit doesn't. You know, I know they had a newer Exorcist movie where there was the two kids on there or something. I started watching that and just turned it off. It's just like, I don't know. Maybe I'm a fucking disgruntled old man or whatever, but doesn't grab my attention very much anymore these days. There's very few things that do as far as in film. But this movie, though, 2014, Deliver Us from Evil, I think it's really cool. I'd say go take a look at this and also watch some documentaries about that cop, Ralph Sarchie. And of course, there's like an exorcism scene at the end, and I think it's done pretty fucking well. I mean, it's not going to beat The Exorcist, but for me, I think it's a pretty good comparable movie. Of all these occult bullshit and possession movies, I think this is one of the better ones. So I don't know, what do you think? You know, I think it's pretty good. Has any of you motherfuckers seen this movie before? I don't know, let me know. Comment below. Just curious, because I really like it. I wonder if anybody else thinks the same thing about it. Anyway, that's it for now. Fuck it.